Hello there. It is my second full day here in Kathmandu, and I came back to my room a little while ago to have lunch at the hotel I'm staying at because they have good food. And now the clouds are rolling in, so I'm just waiting to see if it's actually going to pour down rain like it looks, or if it's going to hold off, and then I'll go back out again. My visa still hasn't gotten approved. I'm waiting for that and very anxiously awaiting it, I guess I should say. And one thing that has come up in questions a lot is people asking about tantra sadhana, because everyone in different areas of the world has a different idea what tantra means. Tantra in the US and parts of Europe seems to be all about sex and having tantric massages and all these things, using sexual means to achieve some goal. I'm not quite sure what their goal is. Maybe it's the same as the other tantra, I'm not sure. In parts of India, it's considered black magic, when in actuality, it is an antidote to black magic. There are tantric pujas you can do to help remove different aspects of black magic that have been maybe put on you by other people. It can also mean just bad intentions that have caused a problem. If you're not a strong person, those things can affect you. Some people who are strong and have a strong sadhana don't have trouble with those things. So, first and foremost, most people know the phrase tantra, mantra, yantra. Now, tantra is a technique. It means the technique. It means to weave. It also can mean a thread that weaves the things together, where you will find the common aspect of each being that you come in contact with, including animals, including plant life, including even rocks. You'll find that center and connect with it, and then move to the next thing, and that's how you weave us all together into one being. But it also means technique. So depending on what sampradaya you're in, or parampara, whichever kind of word. In tantra, we tend to use sampradaya over parampara. There are different sets of techniques that come from different shastra that will also be interpreted differently by each guru, and as their guru gives it to them, they will have their own interpretation of what their guru taught and teach it that way. But in doing it the way that your guru teaches it to you, whether or not you know or believe it to be exactly right as that's in the shastra, isn't the point. The point is that you're surrendering to the guru and allowing the magic to happen in the way that they're telling you to. So technique comes into play based on what they give you as your sadhana. So different, like I said, sampradayas have different sadhanas to do. Some will teach you a puja, like at Kamakya, you'll learn how to do a full puja with certain mantras, certain vessels, certain different things that might not be used in every other situation. I have some things that I learned there that I've never heard anywhere else. It could be just a mantra. I will say probably 90% of the time, your initiation will be diksha, which means diksha to a mantra that comes specifically from your guru and your guru's deity. And that, taking that diksha from them, adds you into their lineage, and then you have that connection. Again, going back to the tantra, the weaving it together. Yantra can be a design, which we all have seen, the Sri Yantra, often mostly called Sri Chakra in the south of India. There are different yantras for each deity. My friend used to have a company within the Ashtanga community that he did a lot of research and put different yantras on tank tops and t-shirts for people. based on what energy they wanted to bring into their life. Um, but eventually, the goal is the yantra is you. Your body is the geometric diagram, not this drawing of the Sri Yantra or this drawing of Kali Yantra or this drawing of that, or even a three-dimensional Sri Yantra that's called a Mount Meru that comes up like this to a point, and if you look straight down at it, you can see the design of the Sri Yantra. The yantra is the physical diagram, which of the god of the mantra also, and that can be your body. Your body can receive that. The idea of the mantra is that it is the living frequency of the deity that you're trying to invoke, and by chanting it, either out loud, which is discouraged, whispering, or in your mind, it invokes that deity to come into your body. And each of the Bidra mantras that will be involved in the full mantra invoke different aspects of the deity. And that wakes it up inside yourself. That, in turn, makes your body into the vessel, into the yantra. And the technique, the tantra, that your guru taught you how to do the mantra, brings it all together, so all three things come into one place. Now, I can only speak to my experience. There are many more ways to do these things, but a lot of times when a guru gives you a mantra, they will tell you where to go do it, what time of day to do it, how to do it. They will also possibly tell you to chant it with your left hand or with your right hand with your mala, depending on if you're practicing Dakshina Marga, right-handed path, or Vama Marga, left-handed path. Some go back and forth between. If you're following a Vama Marga path, they always use techniques from both sides. Ponytails get in the way. So, I'll take it out. But the Dakshina Marga doesn't use any Vama Marga techniques. So say like a Vedic person who was interested in learning Tantra, they would more than likely get involved with the Dakshina Marga sadhana first, because that is what they already are familiar with and it feels safe to them. That means in that system they don't use Panchamakara. That you can look up if you need to know what that means. That would mean instead of a bali, which bali means sacrifice of an animal, that they would use a fruit of some sort, usually a melon, to absorb the energy, the negative energy from the puja. Pujas are meant to pull the negative energy up, and then the bali absorbs it, whether the bali be a fruit or an animal. There are lots of ideas around which is more beneficial to use, a fruit or an animal, but there are lots of disagreements on it also. So you have to make your own decision up about that. That's the hard thing, I think, for most people in anything involved with the Sanatana Dharma path, whether it be tantric, Vedic, or elsewise, folk, kind of a folk system also they do in the smaller villages. It allows so many differentiations of each practice to be there that people get confused, because most people are used to religions that have very strict rules and you're meant to follow them exactly that way. And even within the Hinduism, which I called Sanatana Dharma, I try not to use Hinduism, but you will better know it as Hinduism. There are rules and strict ways to do things within each path, but they also don't mind if you're doing another path and have your own thing. They leave you be. Not always, but very often. And that confuses a lot of people because, especially in the West, Europe on further west into America and all that, they're used to people telling you this is what the religion is and this is how it goes and you have to follow that. And in Hinduism, there are so many options that you can choose from that no one can really tell you you're wrong. They will try to tell you you're wrong, and possibly your family especially might do that. But it doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're right on path with what you are looking for, not what they're looking for. So that's just a quick little uh, introduction to what a tantra sadhana can be. It can also be many, many other things. But this is just an introduction to that idea. Okay? Thank you. Have a great day. Hope you're happy wherever you are in the world.